Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy King Marco in the building here to give y'all some game. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on IG, follow me on Twitter. King's Court coming soon. Let's get into it. Well, the richest man in the world turns down an offer to jump on the board of one of the most powerful social media companies of the world. Elon Musk has turned down an offer to sit on the board after purchasing approximately 9.2% of Twitter. And right now, it has everybody in a frenzy, especially at Twitter. And I'll give you my reasons why. Now, everybody assumed that Elon Musk was gonna jump on the bought 9% of Twitter to jump on the board, to be on the board. He is the largest shareholder of any Twitter of anybody that owns Twitter. Anybody that owns Twitter right now, he's the largest shareholder. Okay. Okay. And the people at Twitter right now are in a frenzy. Okay. They're in a frenzy. Why? Because they don't know where Elon Musk stands. Okay. They don't know where he stands right now. Now that he's not on the board, he's just a regular shareholder. He's just a common man that owns Twitter. But he happens to be the largest shareholder of all shareholders in Twitter. Okay. So everybody right now is in a frenzy. They don't know what he's up to. Okay. If he joins the Twitter board, then that means he has to act responsibly as far as being a shareholder and worried about the financial aspect. He has to do things to make sure that the stock doesn't go down. And he doesn't want to be a part of that. He doesn't give a shit about Twitter itself. Okay. He doesn't care. Okay. He jumped on the board simply to have more control of what he's going to say. Okay. You had multiple people such as Kanye West and Donald Trump and everybody that has been banned from Twitter. Twitter has gotten to the business of censorship. Okay. Okay. Twitter has gone into the business of censorship. So Elon Musk is pretty much making sure that they don't go any further. Because what's going to happen if Elon Musk, who is not on the board anymore, what's going to happen if he dumps 9% of Twitter on the stock market? What happens if he starts unloading shares? What do you think is going to happen when the richest man in the world is going to unload shares? What do you think is going to happen? That's right. Stock goes down, and it goes way down, go down even worse than it was before. That 30% gain that everybody got from owning Twitter, yeah, you're gonna lose 60% if he starts unloading shares. So that's why everybody is scared now. Okay, when you have the richest man in the world owning 9% of your company and he doesn't want to be on the board, man, he can unload them shares whenever he decides to. Okay, okay, Elon Musk can unload those shares whenever he wants, and that gives him more power. That gives him more leverage over the company because they don't have meetings with him anymore. He doesn't, they're not going to be able to just get him on the phone and talk to him whenever they decide to. Nope. Mm-mm. And even if you do get him on the phone, do you think he's going to really tell you what his ulterior motive is? No, he's not going to tell you nothing. And he's going to keep Twitter in the blind. He's not going to tell them anything. Okay? Because he can also actually do a hostile takeover. With him being the largest shareholder in Twitter, he can do a hostile takeover, believe it or not. Don't think he can't. Don't think he can't get enough people that own shares into the company and basically and side with him. He's the richest man in the world. Who's not going to roll with Elon Musk with his ideas? Who's not? Tell me. Who's stupid enough to go against him? You better be Jeff Bezos out this motherfucker. Okay? You better be. Because if you're not, you're going to lose. This guy's got $268 billion. That's what he's worth. Okay, really? You want to go up against that? I wouldn't. That's a loss. Okay, that's a super loss. Okay, you be back home, you know what I'm saying, working at Waffle House for real. Okay, so who's not going to go with Elon Musk? He might even say one day, in order for me to jump on this board, I have to be the CEO. And you're gonna board members are gonna cast a vote, and they say, you know what, we actually need Elon, for his money, his cachet, everything. We might need to do that. We might need to make him the CEO of Twitter. That could happen. Don't think it can't happen. Twitter might bow down to him. He owns 9%. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay, to own 9% of that company. And he can do a hostile takeover. Don't think he can't. Okay. Okay. And it wouldn't be a bad idea if he was CEO of Twitter. This is right up his alley. It's up his realm. Okay. He's smart enough to conquer that business. Okay. He's smart enough to do it. And if he ain't smart enough to do it, he got enough cachet, enough money, and enough connections to get people in there that can. So either way, it won't be a loss. But I can tell you right now, the people that's running Twitter right now, they're going to be out. They ain't going to have no control, no power, no nothing. Okay, how it's ran, and it's ran kind of poorly right now anyway. To be honest with you, they actually need somebody like that in at Twitter right now. They need a renegade person up in that building. Straight up, they really do. Okay, but if he's not doing a hostile takeover and he's just a regular shareholder, man, they terrified. Okay, yeah, they saw the bump. They saw the 30% bump, but how long is that thing gonna stay up? What if he gets on there and says, you know what, I had enough of Twitter. Twitter is a piece of shit company. I advise everybody to dump it because I'm dumping it. And what the hell you think is going to happen to Twitter at that point? Man, you'll see a bloodbath. You'll see Twitter going down there 50% in one day. One day. You can lose, this company can lose 50% in one day. Don't think it can't. Don't think it can't go to $23. If Elon Musk says I'm dumping Twitter. I'm out. They don't know what the hell they doing. Their model is too primitive for me. They too slow, they thinking and everything over there. It's a dying business. I'm dumping it. Man, Twitter going down. Way down. He did that with his own company. Okay? He did it with his own company. He sat there and said that Tesla was too high. Okay? His own company. Okay? Okay? Do not think that can't happen with Twitter. If I'm an owner of Twitter, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous right now because I don't know where Elon's head is at. To be honest with you, I really don't. I don't know where his head is at. His head is somewhere different. He playing on a different playing field than most people. Okay. Okay. Twitter's in a bad space right now, y'all. It really is. Okay. Got the richest man in the world who's a renegade, who's big on free speech. You see that email that he sent, that tweet that he sent out. He asked was Twitter in the business of censorship, pretty much. And 70% of the people that answered that question said yes. Okay. 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 He's just a shareholder, guys, which gives him more power. Even if he doesn't have a seat on the board, he still has a seat on the board. Okay. Okay. He really does. He doesn't need to be on the Twitter board. He's already on it. He's the highest shareholder in the company. He doesn't need to be on the board. So he doesn't need to act, in the best interest of Twitter. He's already on it. Don't need to be there, guys. That's what you guys gotta see. That's what you guys gotta understand. Okay. And he just bought it to, I don't know why he bought it. To be honest with you, me personally, I think it was to piss Twitter off. Personally, to send him in a frizzy. He He probably had them hide some money, and so he said, "Fuck it, let me go ahead and buy Twitter. Let me put their panties in a bunch. I'm tired of the way they censoring people anyway. You know what? Let me get up in there. Let me ruffle some feathers." That's what he did. Having him not having a seat on the board makes him more powerful than having a seat on the board. Okay, for all people that don't understand, I understand it completely. He wants total control, and he's not going to have total control if he's on that board. He has to go through a vote, and that vote might not go his way, but it probably will go his way because he's the richest man in the world. They don't want to see and to be honest with you, the CEO of Twitter don't want to see Elon Musk walking up in that office anyway. Okay. It's the other people that's sitting there. The CEO does not want him coming up in there because at the end of the day, he's not the biggest man in the room anymore. Elon Musk is the biggest man in the room, even though he only has one vote. But that one vote plus 9% of the company says a lot. That's what it says. Okay? I'm a little nervous right now if I'm a Twitter holder. I don't know where Elon is at. Okay? I don't know where his head is at, y'all. I mean, I would hold it, but at the same time, I kind of would dump it. If it spikes again, I kind of would let it go because at this point, I don't know where Elon is at. I don't think he values Twitter like that. I don't think he'll value Twitter like he'll value some cryptocurrency coins like Dogecoin that he owned, even though he said that was trash, but he still owned it. Okay. Okay. Now, if it's something like Bitcoin or something like that, then I will hold it. Okay. Because even though he's the richest man in the world, he's still not powerful enough to take down Bitcoin. But he is powerful enough to take down Twitter. That's for sure. Okay. It's a big difference between Bitcoin and Twitter. Okay. That's the difference. Okay. He could take down Twitter. This might be a situation where he's taking Twitter down. He wants to run them out of business. He wants to drop their price. Because that can happen. I can see him easily dumping Twitter. He dumped Bitcoin. Okay? He sold Bitcoin. If he sold Bitcoin and Bitcoin is more powerful than Twitter, he'll sell Twitter. I don't think he won't. I kind of would sell this thing if it spiked again. Let it go and see where it goes because Elon is going to do something. Now I'm not sure where it's going to be at. If you're going to dump it, maybe take some profits off the top. Sell maybe a quarter of your position. You know what I'm saying? And see where this thing goes because this thing can drop. And it's because Elon might not believe in the business model of Twitter. Twitter needs some upgrades anyway. There's things that they need to do with their whole platform, and they need to make some upgrades with it. And if they're not going to listen to Elon, who's a computer guy, okay, who's really a computer guy, they're not going to listen to him. Okay, he's going to dump it. That's what I say. That's what I see. He dumped Bitcoin, so if he'll dump Bitcoin, he'll dump this for sure, no doubt about it. Moving forward, I want y'all to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Follow me on IG. Follow me on Twitter. It's your boy King Marco signing out.